All right, everybody out there, let's just set up. About to get this party started. All right, I think that's good. Here we go. That's right. This is Oz Cooper, and I'm back here again with Who Dat Steppers, Urban Swing Dance Institute, and I'm here to make you dance. And today we're going to pick up where we left off last week. We're doing 4 beat dances. Last week we focused on, we're always going to focus on the fundamentals, but do a quick review of that. But we're going to add on to that, because that's all urban swing dance is, a part of dancing is. It's just like walking. You learn how to crawl, and you learn how to walk, then you learn how to run, and you learn how to jump hurdles, and it's just building. You can't jump a hurdle if you don't know how to walk. All right, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna show you each fundamental aspect, take you one little step at a time. So last week we talked about posture. So every week we want to do that, practice that. Practice makes perfect, or perfect practice makes perfect. And repetition builds retention. So we always want to talk about our posture, because everything is about keeping our posture where our weight is over our feet. All right? Dance is about manipulating time and space, and you can do that more efficiently when you have your weight equally distributed over your feet. We're talking about the feet slightly together at about a 30-degree angle apart. I got on a white and black sock, right? So that nothing gets lost in the translation of the video. I was watching the video this weekend, and I noticed that, one of the instructors had black and white socks on. And it made sense to me when I thought, because what he was saying was his right was his left. So learn something. I'm learning all the time. So I decided to employ that myself. So the white sock is on my right foot, the left sock is on my left foot. All right, so that there's no confusion. All right, but we always want to start with our weight over our feet, 2-foot base. When we walk, we have a single foot base, right? But we always start from a 2-foot base. We want our weight over our, equally distributed over our heels, our hips, our shoulders. We always want our head and eyes forward, right? And we've been practicing social distancing and partner dancing for the longest. We have our hands usually about waist high, so that we can form 2 half arm lengths with 1 arm length, or a comfortable social distance in dance. Everybody have that comfort zone. So we always want to start, and go to African dance to dance. But basically, this is not an advanced or intermediate advanced people. I'm dealing with a situation here where most people don't partner dance. So I'm assuming that everybody is a beginner, right? And just learning for the first time. So that's how I start you out, right? We want to start with our posture, because posture is important, because you can't have bad posture in dance, right? So it's very important, because dance is about weight changes and weight distribution, right? Same thing. Or weight distribution is 1 step at a time, right? So that's what we went over, right? Posture. Then the next thing we went over last week, we stressed last week, and I'm going to stress all the time. Dancing is about 3 things. There's always a rule of 3. I try to put things out in rules of 3, so that's easy for you to remember. Basic rule of 3 is that dance is about timing, patterns, and connection, right? The timing is the music, right? So that's why we base everything we do on time. Every dance has its own rhythm, a dance rhythm, right? And there are 3 basic dance rhythms. There's a single dance rhythm. Right, let's break down the rhythm. Again, rhythm is all the rhythm is beats of music. What a beat is the smallest measure of time, right, in dance. right? Just like everybody comes to my class, a lot of people I meet, I tell them I teach dance. Well, I don't have any rhythm. We have a rhythm. We have a heartbeat. We have a respiration rate. We have a pulse. That's just a period of time between your heart pumping, you know, the lungs expanding and collapsing, right? That's all it is. That's what a beat is. In music is simply pairs of beats, right? Two beats make one rhythm, right? You know, in church, you clap. That's a rhythm, right? It's the period of time between the first clap and the second, right? It's always important to remember that. I'm going to stress that every week because people take music out of the dance and then you're not dancing. Because people, if you're looking down at your feet, you don't dance with our eyes, you dance with our ears, right? So that is an important thing, right? Two beats equals one rhythm, equals one rhythm unit. Music is played in 4 beats, right? What's called a measure. One measure in contemporary music. You have 3 measures when you're doing something like the waltz, like 1, 2, 3. But regular contemporary music is not played at that fast. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, up to as high as 8, right? So the way that we got this, the name of this swing dance came from when the first big band changed the beat from straight count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 to what they call swing count. I mean, swinging the beat, which is in a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5 and a 6 and 7 and 8. All right. They only count 4 as a dance today. Right? But we covered all that last week. Now we're going to talk about the rhythm changes. Right? The way those 2 beats make up one rhythm, but that's a dance rhythm. This is where you talk about. We talk about dance about timing, patterns, and connections. So the timing is the rhythms, right? 4 beats of music, 2 rhythm units together. Now what we do is we learn how to make our foot pattern match the dance pattern, right? And that's called a dance rhythm. There are 3 basic dance rhythms. This is time all dance. And I'm teaching here is I teach you the fundamentals of dance so that you can apply, you can feel comfortable on the dance floor anywhere you go. Once you understand these dance, you're going to be able to, you know, pick up and do any dance fairly well, you know, just from the beginning. Just at least be able to dance along and have a good time, right? And that's basically one of the stuff. This is social dance. We're going to teach you how to social dance. This is not about competition or performance dance, it's social dance, right? So last week we taught you the 3 basic dance rhythms, right? You have a single dance rhythm or single step, 1. Now we have transitioned our way from both feet to a single foot. One-way distribution or one-way change. That's a single rhythm. 1, 1, 1. Right? Double rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's a triple rhythm. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Now, for more details on that, you can go to my YouTube channel, or you can just look up Who Dat Steppers Urban Swing Dance, and the video from last week is up there. So now I'm going to move forward from that. I just wanted to pick that up here so people who are tuning in for the first time will understand what I'm talking about when I start talking about what I'm talking about next. Now, from those, all right, we're doing 4-beat dances. There are 3 4-beat dances that we're basically going to focus on. Last week we focused on the walk, right? Very simple dance, and I start with that because it's very easy, very slow. You can just walk. This week we're going to focus on a dance called Houston 2-step, right? Because in all these dance at the same time, 4 beats. That's why I'm doing this, to show you that once you learn one of these dances, once you learn these basic principles, you really pretty much can do most dances, right? Once you get a basic understanding and understand the concept of leading and following. So that's what we're doing today. Now today we're going to start with Houston 2-step. Houston 2-step is one of those dances that use what's called a delayed rhythm, right? A delayed, right? And what I mean by that, instead of the basic 1, 1, 2, there's a delay. And here's where understanding weight distribution and weight change is coming, right? Because there's a delay in the picking at 1. So instead of going 1, I may do tap. That's not a weight change, tap. My weight is still on that left foot, right? Because whenever you start, you're gonna transition to your weight, right? But I'm going from 2 foot to 1 foot, but I'm not really changing my weight, right? So that's like tap, tap. That's not a weight change. That's called a delay, right? That's a delayed rhythm. So if I do tap 1, now that's a weight change, right? That's a delayed single. You have the same thing with doubles. You can do tap, and that's what this dance is about today too. Tap, 1, 2, tap, 3, 4. Still. And this dance also has uses a single ankle, right? You have different basic movements that you do in every dance. Another rule of 3. Every dance has its basic. It has a directional movement that's going to give you a movement up and back, and left and right. And every dance has turns. So I'm going to do a full turn and a half turn. Sometimes maybe even a quarter turn, right? But that's what we're talking about here today. So now let's start with the basic pattern for Houston two-step. The basic pattern for Houston two-step is a double delayed single. Double delayed single. What I mean by that is they start horizontally. This is the basic. They call it their basic. It's 1 way change, 2. Now you do that tap, delayed single. Tap 1, tap 2. All right? You do that again. 1, 2, tap, 1, tap, 2. Or they may do it like this. 1, 2, tap, 1, tap, 2. Or 1, 2, tap, 3, tap, 4. Double, delayed single, delayed single. That's what their basic rhythm is. So it looks like this. 1, 2, tap, 3, tap, 4. 1, 2, tap, 3, tap, 4. 1, 2, tap, 3, tap, 4. That is their basic movement, right? And then they go from what their regular basic, they will go into what's called a walk. Now they're going in a direction. They're going to go up and back, right? Right? So, and they're up and back look like this. Now I'm actually starting on my right foot. That's usually the follower's foot, right? But it really doesn't really matter. Because if you're a dancer, you should be able to dance on either foot. That's what good dancers do. They go either way, but I'm showing you the follower's part right now. Right? And then I'll change to my left foot just to show you that the leader is doing the natural opposite. Right? So when they transition from their basic, they do what's called a walk. In the follower's case, she was tap, back, tap, 1, 2, tap, 3, 4. Tap, 1, 2, tap, 3, 4. Now, in that case, their basic pattern varies from their walk, in that it changes from a double delayed single to a delayed double, delayed double. That's those 4 beats, right? So when I'm talking about what their feet doing, I'm matching what their feet doing to what the music is doing, right? So when they transition from that basic double, 1, 2, delayed single, tap, 3, tap, 4. Now they transition to the wall, right? For the followers, that would be a backward tap, a tap back, tap, 1, 2, tap, 3, 4, tap, 1, 2, tap, 3, 4, tap, right? Go back to that basic, 1, 2, tap, 3, tap, 4. Let me show you what that looks like to the music. A lot of people want this classroom is theory, right? I'm giving you the theory right here, right? You have to understand the theory and the fundamentals first before we can dive into, the really fun part, right? So I'm gonna start with the basics and exception, right? So 1, 2, tap, 3, tap, 4. 1, 2, tap, 3, tap, 4. Basic. 1, 2, tap, 3, tap, 4. 1, 2, tap, 3, tap, 4. 2, tap, 3, tap, 4. 1, 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 tap, 2, tap, 1, then you cross the me. Tap, tap, and before I close my eyes, I thank God that I'm me. Tap, to know that you love me. To know that you care. Know that you will so many endless nothing from me. Your love is exceptional. Oh no, it takes me up to my soul. There you have the basic and up and back walk for Houston two-step, all right? So that's the basic pattern, right? You first start off with that, with Houston two-step, all right? So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you another basic move, right? That's the basic pattern where you start from a stop, so you start your movement. In this case, their basic is a side-to-side move direction, right? And then when they start walking, when they start doing the walk, now they're gonna go up and back. You're gonna find a basic difference between all these dances is direction, right? Some dances start with up and back, some of them side to side, some of them stay in a slot. Most of the dances, a lot of the urban swing dances now stay in a slot, but they didn't start that way because you didn't always have a lot. First of all, there was no instruction, right? And a lot of these methods, basically, if you could catch on and watch what they was doing to pick it up and hear the music, you figured it out. Other than that, they did. Well, as time has gone along, there have been methods and techniques to teach you this, right? So that's what I'm doing. I'm showing you, I'm breaking down how you apply these and how these dances apply, how this fundamentals, this theory that I'm gonna give you, applies to all these dances, right? All dances. I don't care if you're doing salsa, I don't care if you're doing Lindy hop, all of these, if you're doing line dances, square dancing, these principles apply to all dances, right? So that's what I want you to understand. If you understand this part, that's when the fun begins. Because you have to understand the time, right? Because the time dictates everything, right? And that's what I want people to start understanding. What I notice a lot in the dance community is that a lot of people use their eyes to dance, and you lose, first of all, you lose your connection, right? You lose your engagement. Dance is about being engaged. You want to engage with the person that you're doing, engage with the music, engage with the person that you're doing. So you can't be looking all over the place. The other thing is when we dance, everything is based on time, right? The time is going to tell you when to pick your hand up to do a turn, when you want to, if you want to do a side turn, anything. That's dictated by the time, right? And as you see, we're going to learn like with this turn. The next thing we're going to do a cross, right? We'll do a cross, and then we're going to do a turn, right? And the thing about when we're doing these things, you're going to find out when you're doing the cross and the turns is that it's all timing. The most important thing is not counting your steps, right? It's getting around within those 4 beats. That's what it's really about. Whatever you do, you have to do within 4 beats. Now the 4 beats gonna change depending on how fast the music is, right? But everything you do have to be within the structure of those 4 beats, right? So when we start doing the cross, right? cross is one of three turns. Like I said, every dance has a basic, right? Rule of three. You're gonna have a basic, right? You're gonna have a direction, and you're gonna have a turn. Meaning that you're gonna have a basic pattern. It's either gonna be 4, 6, or 8 beat. You either gonna go either up and back, right or left, and you're gonna have to manipulate the space either by turning halfway around or turning all the way around. This is fundamental to common to all dances, right? So that's what I'm basically teaching. I'm teaching the fundamentals that apply to all dances. So with this cross is basically is what a Houston two-step version of a half turn, meaning that you get from one, you turn your follower from one half of the room to the other half of the room, or even yourself, right? So what it would look like, we would start from the basic, 1, 2, tap, 3, tap, 4, right? Then we'll start a walk. Tap, 1, 2, tap, 3, 4. Now we do the cross. It'll be tap, 1, 2, tap, 3, 4. Right? Again, we do our basic. 1, 2, tap, 3, tap, 4, 1, 2, tap, 3, tap, 4. Now I'm going to start the cross. I will go tap, 1, 2, that's my delayed double, tap, 3, 4, tap. So that tap works in the dance pattern for that tap is the same, or the rhythm, the dance rhythm for that tap is the same as your up and back. Tap, 1, 2, tap, 3, 4, right? Delayed double, right? You just transition from a double to the delayed single, 2 delayed singles, right? That's what your basic is. Double, 1, 2, delayed single, tap. I'm sorry. 1, 2, tap. That's the delayed single. That's the first one. 3, tap, 4. Right? So we're going to try that again. This is the cross. From the basic, it looks like 1, 2, tap, 3, tap, 4. Cross, tap, 1, 2, tap, 3, 4, tap. Another thing I want to point out about dancing. When we dance, we want to be on the first 3 balls of our foot, toes of our foot, right? That middle toe, the second toe, and the big toe. That's what we dance on, the balls there. We don't want to dance flat foot. That's a big problem, especially like when you're trying to do turns, right? You really want to focus on, like, even when you do that tap, you tapping on that ball. There's a difference between toe out, toe in. You're not on your outer toes, right? The pinky, the second to the last, and the middle. You're on the middle, the second, and the big toe. That's what you're dancing, right? So be conscious of that when you dance, right? But that gives you the smoothness and fluidity on your toes all the time, right? A lot of people are flat-footed, they dance flat-footed. That is something that you have to work on, right? It's something that you can change and you can fix, right? But whatever you do, you're going to have to fix it yourself. I can't fix that for you because I'm not flat, all right? So we covered the walk, we covered the basic, we covered the up and back, I'm sorry. And let's see what, I'm going to do the walk. We got some time. I'm gonna do the walk and I'm gonna do the cross, right? And this is just basic Houston two-step path, right? Now we did the cross. Now we're gonna show you how to do the turn. Turn is a little bit different, right? So the turn is you do the turn within the walk, right? So the turn, let me say this. Again, the most important thing about doing turns is you have to complete the turn within that dance rhythm. And most turns, not all, but most turns have to have a three-step pattern, right? It's like a 360, right? You're gonna go 1 and 2, that's a half, right? But when you're doing a full turn, you're gonna have to complete that in at least 4 beats, right? And that complete, for this dance, and that complete 4 beats. That's how much time you have to complete that turn. So that makes this a little challenging when you're doing this full turn the way that they do it in Houston two-step. It looks like this. Tap, 1, 2, tap. Now my weight is on my left foot. It's actually a left turn, right? So I'm going to tap. Let me count that again. So it'll be tap, 1, 2, tap. Now I only have 2 beats to finish that, right? And I want to do a full turn. So it's going to look like tap, 3. I'm really turning on my left foot. And 4, I'm finished. Tap, 1, 2. Tap, 3, 4. Little challenge, especially if you're not used to dancing and being on your foot, just being on the balls of your toes and having that balance, right? That's why I told you in the beginning, you want to have your feet as sort of like, some of us who are slew foot like myself, you're good because you're used to having the maximum amount of, what they call that, your foot is covering the maximum amount of the ground, your whole foot, as opposed to when you like pigeon toe or walk straight. Now it's like if you were a tightrope walker. Tightrope walkers do not walk a tightrope with their feet straight. They walk with their foot slightly slanted, so where they can get the most surface area on the rope, right? And that's going to be right down the middle of their foot. So that's how you want your foot to be when you dance, right? Especially like when you turn, because you want to be in the direction you turn, right? Here's another little footnote for you. You dance with your body, right? Not with your feet. What I mean by that is that your body, your head, torso, hips, dictate where you go when you walk, right? If I'm going to walk forward, the first thing I'm going to do is lean forward, right? That's called like body flight, right? So I'm going to lean forward. Any direction that I go, my head is going to go that way first, right? It's very difficult, if not impossible, for you to turn to your left on your right foot, right? You can try that, right? You can't turn to your left on your right foot because you got to go the direction your body wants to work in harmony with itself. So it wants to go this way, right? To try to make your body go, it's confusing because your foot going one way, your body going the other way. Your body don't work like that, right? So it's important to understand that as you dance with your body, not with your feet, right? Your body tells your feet to do. This is why you have to be in tune or connected to your body. That's another one of those, that's the third part of the rule of 3 of dance, right? Connection. You have to connect, you have to be in tune with your body, right? So that you can tell your body what to do without looking at it, tell your feet, because you do it all day. It's just something about when you're doing, it's a lot of things, a lot of multitasking going on, but that's why it's good for your brain, because you're doing a lot of things, and this is what prevents it. There's a study out in the New England Journal of Medicine that proves that partner dancing is not only good aerobically like most dancing, it helps reduce dementia. It helps reduce dementia because you have to think all the time, building new neurons in your brain all the time. And that helps prevent dementia and Alzheimer's. So that being said, we're going to do this turn one more time, right? That basic turn, we're going to do all three. We're going to put them together. We're going to do your basic. 1, 2, tap, 3, tap, 4. Now we're going to put our walk. Tap, 1, 2, tap, 3, 4. Now we're going to do our turn. Tap, 1, 2, tap, 3, and 4, tap. All right, Let's do that with a little bit of music. Let's do a little Gregory Porter, another one of my favorite songs. All right. And look, if you guys have any music in it, stuff that you want to hear or want to see me dance to, go on and leave it at the bottom of the YouTube page and check out the video, right? That's that strong up in the fire. 1, 2, tap, 3, tap, 4. 1, 2, tap, 3, tap, 4. 1, 2, tap, 3. Come and walk. Tap, 1, 2, tap, 3, 4, tap. 1, 2, tap, 4. Cross tap. 1, tap, 3, 4. Walk tap. 1, 2, tap, 4, tap. Tap, 3, 4, tap, tap, basic, 1, 2, tap, 3, tap, 4, 1, 2, tap, 3, 4, walk, 1, 2, tap, 1, 2, tap, 4, tap, tap, 1, 2, tap, 1, 2, tap, 3, 4, tap, cross, tap, 1, 2, tap, 3, 4, walk, tap, 1, 2, tap, remember the tap, 2, tap, 3, 4, the time, tap, 3, and 4, tap, tap, 2, tap, 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 high, from, tap, tap, basic, 1, 2, now, 3, right, to you. Holding on, and holding strong. You know I'm trying to make it, break apart, but I can't take it. And keep holding on, and holding strong. You know I'm trying to break it, and know that I can't shake it. Oh, back to basic. 2, tap, tap, 4, tap, tap, 4, tap, tap, 4. Walk. But it's holding on, and it's holding strong. Even though I'm trying to make it, play the part, but I can't take it. It keeps holding on, and it's holding strong. 4. I know I'm trying to break it, and I know that I can't shake it. Oh, turn, tap, 3, 4, tap, 1, 2, tap, 1, 2, tap, 2, tap, 4, tap, 2, turn, tap, 1, 2, tap, 3, 4, tap, 1, 2, tap, 2, tap, do that again. Tap, 1, 2, tap, 3, 4, tap, 1, 2, tap, 1, 2, tap, 3, 4, tap, 1, 2, tap, 3, 4, 2, basic. 1, 2, tap, 3, tap, 2, tap, 3, tap. Walk, tap. And that's basically it for today, campers. That was your basic fundamental moves for Houston two-step We covered the basic step, we covered the walk, we covered the cross, and we covered the turn. I didn't get as far as I wanted to, but that's pretty much covers it all. I'm going to do this again for people who come tomorrow. I have a class tomorrow at 7. So anyone who couldn't make it today, they can make it tomorrow. I pretty much basically repeat this for people who couldn't make it at those certain times, so to give everybody an opportunity to make it, right? So I'm doing a 6:30 class, a 7:30 class on Tuesdays, and an 11 a.m. class on Wednesdays. So if you miss it, don't worry about it, you can catch it, and I'm just going to basically go over the things that I did for that week. Basically, the way my classes are structured is every week when we go back to live interconnectivity dancing back in the classroom, my class is structured 12 weeks, right? And we're going to do 8 dances in 12 weeks, right? We're going to do 4 weeks on each dance. We'll go over the basic fundamentals. 4th week, basically going to pretty much be applying everything that we learned those first 3 weeks. And we're going to do that for 4 beat dances. That's going to include the walk. It's going to include Houston 2-step. Going to include the next week, what we'll be doing next week, it's going to be Zydeco, right? And then the following month, it's going to be 6 beat dances. 6 beat dances we're going to include is going to be hand dance, Dallas forward swing, and Chicago step. Those are 6 beat dances. I'll tell you what that is, right? And then the last week we're going to do 8 beat dances. And I only know 2 8-beat dances, so that we go focus on. That's pretty much enough. But it'll be Detroit Ballroom and Lindy High, right? So that's how my classes are structured. So that's what we're going to be doing for the next 10 weeks, however long this goes, right? So I'm going to try to get through as many of these and make as many videos so that you can come back and look at the videos, when you want to refresh. And then the thing is, when we dance, like right now, you guys can tell, I'm working up a little medium sweat. But because when you dance, you get your exercise and you learn how to dance on the dance floor, not in the classroom, right? The classroom is theory, the dance floor is lab. That's where you go, and that's when it becomes fun. That's when you start socializing, right? And as we all know now, we're social animals. We're gonna really miss this and need this. Another thing is a big part about comps, right? Nothing goes better than dance, music, and food. Got all 3 of these things in New Orleans. Hey, thank you guys for showing up. I love you. Come back tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.